we're not always going to be those who are the left behinds in this digital world.
Through these computers, we are able to close the gap between the high school and the university.
They are going to be job creators rather than job seekers.
It is indeed a part of the new world that we are facing, with a lot of opportunities and a lot of challenges.
Will you realize you are members of one family? A family that has no outsiders. All are insiders.
In the 21st century, IT has become a way of life, a tool to gain access to information and knowledge, to communicate beyond your own borders through email and social networks. You can become a true global citizen. My name is Francisca Anyango. I'm the head teacher at Our Lady of Nazareth Primary School, Nairobi, Kenya, where we teach nearly 2,000 pupils at Mukuru Kwanjenga slum. If you deny a child access to computers, you are in effect denying them a future within our modern world. It's like not providing them with a book, paper, and a pen. One project called Close the Gap Foundation has found a way to ensure a brighter future for these and many other children around the world. Every day, the world's businesses need to upgrade their computer systems. But these old machines are in perfect working condition for children to learn new skills, which will help ensure them a place in a modern working society. Close the Gap Foundation collects, wipes, restores the computers, and with the help of KLM, sends this valuable cargo to those who can benefit from it the most, children.
It all started in 2002-2003 as a student startup at the Solvay Business School of the Free University of Brussels, and it quickly grew into a self-sustainable, professional non-profit organization that now has numerous partnerships with corporate, public and private organizations all over the world. Over the years, the number of computer donations has grown, and Close the Gap has expanded its activities in various European countries. Every year, Close the Gap and its partners organize large events where early adopting partners can testify about how they will contribute to help the future work of the organization. In 2006, Close the Gap was proud to have the Belgian royal family visit its projects in South Africa. They emphasized how important access to ICT is to empower the education of so many young people. That same year, Close the Gap reached a milestone of the 30,000th computer donation. Desmond Tutu visited Brussels for that occasion to celebrate this momentum with all the stakeholders of Close the Gap. 2 years later, Close the Gap celebrated the donation of its 50,000th computer. Meanwhile, the collaboration with local service partners led to a new and more scalable operational model. The local service partners help Close the Gap to efficiently deploy and maintain all those thousands of computers in schools and other educational institutions, universities, medical centers, entrepreneurial organizations and other non-profit projects. They are closely coached and monitored by Close the Gap and are responsible for local logistics and distribution, maintenance, help desk, on-site training and e-waste services for the benefit of the environment. Today, Close the Gap has a consortium of more than 15 dedicated, trusted and professional service partners that make it possible to continue its impact and growth. In 2010, Close the Gap was recognized as an official United Nations non-governmental organization with clear evidence towards impact on the Millennium Development Goals. That same year, Close the Gap, as founding partner, created a spin-off organization called WorldLoop to create a model to guarantee zero waste to landfill for all obsolete end-of-life PCs in developing countries. In 2012, the amazing milestone was reached where the 250,000th computer was donated. Close the Gap is now accountable as the second largest organization worldwide in making ICT hardware and software available for budget-limited organizations in developing countries.
Being directly involved since its creation 10 years ago, I'm extremely proud having seen how Close the Gap evolved from a micro player to an international, impactful player in the field of the combat against the digital divide.
Since the very beginning, Close the Gap has had a pioneering role in creating zero-waste to landfill solutions to guarantee that e-waste will never be a threat to the environment or the health of local communities, but rather an opportunity to develop green economies and sustainable job creation. In 2011, Vice President of the European Commission Neelie Kroes inaugurated Close the Gap's first e-waste center for the proper disposal of hazardous waste in Nairobi.
It's a great initiative of those who are involved in Close the Gap to finalize the circle.
1, 2, 3.
This resulted in the creation of a new organization called WorldLoop.
But we also like to recycle all the PCs after they're done to avoid that they're on these garbage belts. And so we do that together with our supplier Dell and with WorldLoop, also to make sure that it's a complete cycle, that we leave nothing and that we use it all and then make sure it's all being taken out again.
At Dell, we take very much a holistic, end-to-end, full life cycle view of recycling. So we're absolutely delighted to be part of this program.
The main goal of this partner organization is to create an operational network of local collection and recycling centers in developing countries. For logistical and technical reasons, some fractions can't be recycled locally and need to come back to Europe for proper recycling. Today, this process is already operational in the 5 countries of the East African community, with a successful track record of several tens of thousands recycled PCs as a consequence.
I mean, I love the idea that you have responsible use, reuse, and then recycle. I mean, that is the basis. I think that is the first step of getting out of our linear thinking in our society and back towards a circular thinking, which is actually, I think, the more natural way of having a society.
I am weak or I am as strong as my partners. And you are those partners.
Thanks to the amazing support from corporates, as well as public and non-profit entities, Close the Gap is able to continue its sustainable growth and meet the increasing demand for new technologies in developing countries. Corporate social responsibility's guiding principles are fostering new models for in-kind and core business collaboration, that way improving Close the Gap's professionalism while reducing its overhead cost.
Close the Gap, ladies and gentlemen, I think is an incredibly powerful organization. It's very dynamic, it's very vibrant, it has a great aim, but it's also very, very professional.
The positive influence you've had, bringing the power of electronics and technology to so many people around the world.
It helps also the company because it's extremely well organized. That means that everything has been, the logistic is there, they are cleaning your PC, they are providing certificates, they have agreement with KLM, they have agreement with Microsoft to put the license. It's extremely professional.
I've been here for 14 years. When I came, it was all manual. And it will take me days to say come up with a set of accounts. But given now that you key in information and you get the results instantly, it's wonderful.
Africa is an impressive continent full of great potential and wonderful success stories. The ability to use new technologies are making real differences in empowering local communities.
Talking about e-health, talking about e-environment, talking about e-education. Nothing is left without ICT. So we have to think through, and Close the Gap is a great example for just pushing it.
I want to be an accountant. Because we had a computer, I can figure out that I'm going to do it.
Close the Gap will continue to play a pioneering role within the field of ICT and innovative solutions for society, such as ICT for people with disabilities and ICT for special needs, such as visual impaired and blind people, as well for deaf people. Another rising field of expertise is within the field of low-energy consuming computers and solar power-enabled computer classrooms in remote areas outside of the existing electricity grid. At Close the Gap, we strongly believe that solutions to improve the standard of life are at hand, boosted by scientific and technological research. Ultimately, we are all striving for the same goal: more autonomy for all the beneficiaries.
The thing that struck me most, and I think one of the things you could be really seriously proud of, is the fact that you are probably one of the first, if not the first, serious, good model on how to solve a problem of injustice in the world without 1 cent of subsidy. And I think this is the model for the future. This is the model that will help a lot of other problems in the world, and a lot of us applaud you severely. Thank you.
On behalf of millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of those who are going to be benefiting. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Lovely.